Good afternoon. Good afternoon from the Red Mic. Oh, let's try this again, shall we? Uh, Facebook didn't want to upload earlier, and YouTube didn't have volume, so here we are. Take two on a Monday. Definite Monday for sure. Good afternoon from the Red Mic. These daily videos are leadership and life lessons I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth sports coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: profitability, increasing market share, picking up and holding on to customers, and delivering products to ownership, investors, and shareholders. That's Business 101, right? Well, yeah, of course it is. But that's why a recent announcement from the founder of Arizona Iced Tea, man, I found it as refreshing as falling backward into a swimming pool on a hot, hot summer day. Yeah, you've probably got gray in your hair like me if you got that reference. But no, I'm not talking about Lipton. I am talking about Arizona Iced Tea. And that announcement, frankly, I thought it was a really welcome departure from today's market trends, which are, raise prices and make packages smaller. But I think it's proof of a compassionate leader with his finger on the pulse of his customers. Now, for more than 30 years, Arizona Iced Tea, they defied rising grocery costs and shrinking product sizes, and they've kept their iconic can. The only can that I can think of that, it hasn't, it's about the same size and it's larger than the average can. And it's also Foster's Lager, that oil can shaped can that they always use. Australian for beer. Yeah, it's a bad Australian accent. I apologize. But they've had a commitment at Arizona to keep that price at 99 cents. I think that commitment to affordability goes beyond a marketing strategy. The founder, a guy named Don Voltaggio, he seems to be prioritizing his consumers over profits, and he says that he thinks everybody deserves a good drink regardless of financial situation. Now, cards on the table. I don't like Arizona iced tea. Never had. I've tried several of them. Just if you do, that's fine. That's why there's different things on the shelf. That's why there's different channels on the TV, and that's why there's all kinds of different phones out there. Making your choice as a consumer. But he's got a commitment to his. And it seems to be in contrast to what some other businesses have been doing. Smaller packages at the same prices, that shrinkflation. And it doesn't come off as phony. He seems really genuine when he says this. Unlike, the CEO of Schooner Tuna, the tuna with heart, you remember from Mr. Mom. He's waving the American flag and smiling, and you hear the patriotic music in the background. And yeah, he lowered his prices by 50 cents a can, but he just came off as completely disingenuous and fake and phony. So, tuna with heart, yeah, whatever. But greed's not always behind it either. So hang on to that thought, Mr. Gecko. Research from the Federal Reserve of San Francisco, the economists there found that corporate price gouging is not a reason, it's not a primary catalyst for the recent inflation we've all been having to deal with. Now, how did Arizona do this? They say it's good governance. They said they're debt free, they've got efficient practices, they've got a hardworking workforce, and that allows them to maintain the low price but still be profitable. He says, and this is a quote from Mr. Voltaggio, why should people struggling to pay rent pay extra for our drink? They shouldn't. So he views as, he realizes they can make tea for a lot less than his pre-canned stuff. So he's literally putting his money where their mouth is. Now, he can't guarantee you that the price is going to never change. He says, but he's going to fight for his consumers as long as he can. And a world of rising prices and businesses that continue to fail to stand behind their products or their services, Arizona iced tea seems to be standing out for their focus on value and accessibility. So maybe take that to heart. Maybe try to do that at your own place of business. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. Hope you found it helpful. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. I hope that you will like, follow, and just as importantly, I hope that you will share, whether you're listening here on Facebook or X, formerly known as Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Spotify, or LinkedIn. Would appreciate a like, a follow, and a share, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm hoping people will pay attention, and I hope that the messages that I'm bringing to you are helpful, and I hope that you're able to pick up some ideas or some tools that you can go out and use on your own. That concludes today's Red Mike message. I hope that you'll join me tomorrow, but remember, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.